What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, van Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
The star of the show, Margaret, always kicking it off. Thank you to our friend Von Trask from German Techno Greats 911 Turbo for putting together that amazing opening song on, I guess, theme song, if you will. Hopefully we'll have it on the website soon for everyone to download and enjoy. Look at Maggie. She just wants to party, man. She has such a good day. We were at Pet Planet on A Street, your Pet's Natural Grocer. Saying hi to Mike and Rochelle over there. I actually have a video. I didn't even... See, we got so excited in here. I have a video of Leroy and Maggie again from Pet Planet walking around and hanging out. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow as it'll be too tough to get on the air now. But we had such a lovely time over there. Maybe, you know what, go to the Maggie cam right now. Let's do this. Let's take care of this early. There she is. Have a seat, girl. What a good puppy she is. Maggie cam for our pals, Mike and Rochelle and the rest of their team over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your Pet's Natural Grocer. Shar and Chris and Kirsten, the whole team over there, always doing great things. As we were in there today, Maggie was actually working behind the till for a bit, helping Mike out, which was pretty fun. And I got to see a whole bunch of people and have all sorts of fun. So, again, all the love to our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. Be sure to go over there and say hello as they do great things. We're trying something new today, something cool, something awesome. Happy Tuesday, by the way, to you. My name is Gary. Welcome to your show. The only live show on YouTube from 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday that we know of, because it's the dumbest time ever to do a live show, ever. Monday to Friday. So we thought that'd be a good spot to do. And we mostly just did it because all of our producers and engineers are still in school. So this is the only time they could do it. That's a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. We also have some amazing musicians that join us and guys that create incredible stuff like that intro, the Your Show intro, as well as the walk-up music that we're going to use right now. Hopefully, we got the Dragon on the ones and twos today. Hopefully, Dragon has figured it out, as yesterday we tried to go to the sexy paperboy theme. Oh, there it is. You didn't even, that wasn't even a flinch, bro. Well done. We're going to do a double walk-up, which basically is going to be, I guess, exposed, if you will, of what's going on here. So without further ado, we are going to guess at the same time. Give it up for Uncle Mike and Matt Dufferin. Hey.
What's going on?
There he is. There he is. Yes. Oh, talk to me, Uncle Mike, real quick. How's your mic working? Oh, it sounds great. That's a good mic, eh? That's a good connection right there.
High quality mic right there.
Well done.
High quality.
Uncle Mike on the high quality mic. We got him all the way over. We got my man Matt from all the bands in the middle right here. Look at that.
The teeth, the lips, the tip of the tongue. Yep, we're good.
Nailed it. Nice. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. Hey, remember that? You guys ever watch, Anchorman? You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing to do when there was parties and stuff. When the party was winding down, you throw on like your Anchorman or your Best of Will Ferrell, and then you just quote it for the rest of the night until you fell asleep. Right? So good.
It's so good.
So good. How do you guys? Okay, now this is going to be interesting because it's all three of us at once. Normally we take the time and we get you up and we go back and we do all that. But I was like, man, we just talk too much to each other while you're sitting over there, right? So we might as well just combine all the forces, as this may or may not be a little teaser of something we might start doing after the show.
This is the first experience with the
this way, I think live. We had Hardcora and Brooksy together like this, sort of.
So this isn't
time.
special at all.
Well, it's special. It's very special. It's also that time when we did it, we weren't sure how to do it, and this feels like it was more planned out.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. So we are just going to jump right into this because last week we had talked to Uncle Mike, our good friend over there, about doing an unboxing of sorts. And if you look in front of me, there's a box that needs to be unned.
That's nice.
And I would like to know. I would like to know. So do we tell people what's in it before we open it, or does that ruin the unboxing?
I think you keep it kind of a little surprise, I guess, maybe,
like
right?
that.
And we all get to then enjoy the surprise together, maybe.
Okay, so should we dive right into that right now?
We just crack into it.
I've always wanted to do an unboxing now. Our good buddy Uncle Brando from the Commander Cookout podcast, also a regular contributor on your show. I think he's going to be here tomorrow, actually. He does his Uncle Brando unboxings with the CCO. And there's actually anything that's like the UBAO CCO podcast. Like there's like 8 different letters in it. I can't do it. But he uses samurai swords. He uses like shovels. He used a cleaver, like a meat cleaver one time. And he just goes. And we were looking around earlier. We're like, man, do we have anything here? Network Ryan has a X-Acto knife he calls Cuddy McCutterson. But he took it home, so we don't have that one. I have a butter knife that I use inside for most of my cutting stuff. Have you ever tried to cut a freezy with a butter knife?
Jeez, not with a butter knife, but that sounds awful.
It's the worst. You have to hold it at just the right angle, then you got to turn the butter knife at just the right angle because only half of it's serrated.
Yep.
I feel like this knife...
I've had a lot of problems like
it's
that.
Is it scissors? Is it a knife? Like, it needs to make up its mind here.
There's a name for this. Now, would you happen to know what the name is of this tool? No? Uncle Mike, anything? Any guess?
No, I don't know. Does it belong in the kitchen or in the garage? I don't know.
It's a garage. I believe it's for drywall. It's called a rock wool knife.
Oh, okay.
Rock wool.
Rock wool is insulation.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So, hey.
Like that safe and sound that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
So Coach Mazer wasn't lying to me when he said I got a
there
knife
you
specifically for this. So we're going to use Coach Mazer's rock wool knife, and we're going to unbox it. I've always wanted to do an unboxing. So Uncle Mike, as we begin to unbox this,
Yeah, we'll walk you through it.
let's walk through this. So has anyone ever cut themselves unboxing before? Is that something that would get views for people?
Multiple times.
Yeah, I
would
feel
think.
like this would be one of those moments.
Especially
where-
when you're using, larger
rock
opening
wool knives. Look,
utensils,
they work
rock
pretty
wool
good.
knives.
Yeah.
Look at this, you guys.
I mean, it's got some nice serrations.
I'm starting to get why unboxings are so popular.
If it
It's
does
really
cut
fun.
rock wool, it should cut tape.
I'm just impressed you knew what rock wool was.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hold on before we finish this off. My mom hit the promo code,
did.
damn20, right? And she made an order.
She scored 20% off.
And you brought that here. So, Mom, I'm going to be bringing that home to you later. And you're going to get your order from UncleMike'sAllNatural.com. And thank you for using the promo code. So here we go. We are opening this up now. I heard there was a theme. I don't want to say I knew too much going into this, but I did hear that there was a theme going on as we move into planting season.
Yes.
And gardening season and all that. Is that something that I'm just making up?
I was thinking of what to do, and I thought maybe with its garden season, we do have a gardener's kit, which
Come on.
includes some of the favorites for the garden. So to use while you're gardening, to use after you're gardening,
In between gardening?
in between gardening.
When you're thinking about gardening? You
So
get
it's-
stickers.
Yeah, so we start with the stickers. I
Yes.
guess that's a standard in all of our orders.
And we're gonna be
'cause
doing
who
an-
doesn't like stickers?
Once we get a little more bigger and we have more people coming in, we're going to start, because the whole idea of all this swag here is to give it all away to people. And guests that have come in have reached in the old bags before, and we've offered a lot of Uncle Mike's good stuff. So now we have a postcard. Oh, come on.
Well, every order gets a personalized postcard.
Come on. Should I read it without looking at it?
Sure.
Or is it intimate?
Is it's not. I don't think it's overly intimate. I mean, it's from Uncle Mike to Gary, so it's.
All right, I'm going to read this in my Uncle Mike voice. All right, here we go. And they're really cute, by the way, these postcards. I got a bunch of them, and I love them so much. It says, Gary, thank you so much for your order and for your continued support. I can't believe you've done 40 shows already. That's amazing. We've done 40 shows, guys. Congratulations to all of us. Congrats. Always happy to come and hang out with you. Thank you so much for having me. I always look forward to Tuesdays. Love you lots, brother, Uncle Mike. So you're saying everybody gets a personalized letter like this?
Everybody. Yep.
If you're looking for that all-natural touch, that touch of love, you know, that little bit extra that people always talk about, you're getting it from Uncle Mike's. Now, we got these things. They're not supposed to eat these, right?
Well, you could. They're actually so.
Are they edible?
They could be edible, but I would not suggest eating them.
That was close.
They look like your standard styrofoam peanuts.
Cheetos, like Cheetos.
They are not, though. They
Okay.
are a cornstarch base, so they dissolve in water. It's actually pretty fun. My kids love coming to the shop and getting.
This is like an environmental thing. And this continues
exactly,
with your
right?
all-natural
Yes.
image. Yeah. God, that's amazing.
so,
Okay, so we're going to, don't let Maggie have any, even though it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, they are like an expanded cornstarch kind of thing. So again,
cool.
but yeah, I don't think they taste very good.
What if we put some seasoning on them?
Well, I was just
I'm
gonna say
thinking
it's
like-
probably pretty
Yeah,
similar
like
to Cheetos.
Cheetos,
right?
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
that's all.
Like
they are,
texturally.
I think.
Man,
with a
this
little
is-
bit of
Okay, we
cheese
could have way
powder
too much fun
on
with
it.
that. Okay, here we go. We got the summer. We're not eating it yet. Maybe when we end the show.
I'm really tempted. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the shaker seasoning. Throw some of that on there.
Man, why is it so intriguing? Hey, I feel like we should eat it.
No, it's a bad idea.
Okay, Uncle Mike's all natural products summer spray. So this is a spray.
So it's basically an all natural bug repellent. So
Really?
It's to use,
Nice.
yeah,
Bug spray.
To use in the garden while you're.
So I'm
while
going to
you're
go out
gardening,
and work
while
on my
you're outside.
garden. I'm going to put on some of the all natural bug
There
spray.
you go. You can also use it while you're not in the garden and just outside doing other.
Like when I'm
things.
socking dingers out on the field.
Yeah, out on the
I
ball
never
pitch.
sock dingers.
you
I
know?
suck so bad at baseball. You know, I got told I can't even play ball now. Like I was supposed to play with the Rhinos this year, and my arm is so gibbled that I can't even throw it. That's sad.
That's no good. That's
Sorry
what
to bring the
happens when
party
you
down.
go
Let's
home.
get back to the good stuff. See, now I have like 2 of these going. I have one inside. I have one in the garage. I have
Every pocket.
one in the booth.
Every
I have so many. The best going. If you are into lip stuff, that sounds weird. Yeah, shut up, Dragon. If you're into lip balm, this is the stuff for you. All natural.
Balm for your lips. It's,
that? That's for you. I got a whole bag full over here.
There you go.
This is
I
great.
hope you're serious. I would love this.
Dude, of course. Man, the guy's right here. He's going to say no to you on camera? That'd be like the worst PR move ever.
I'm taking it.
Sorry, bro. You can't have that. That's
Use it.
scary.
Use it.
Stop it.
That's a verbal contract.
That's it. Legal binding. The healing salve, I already know all about. So this is for when you're working too hard in the garden and your hands are just beat up, and you just got to get those. You got to get that feeling back. You want that smooth skin.
Yeah.
The healing salve. It's my personal favorite. I actually gave my last one to Summer,
Oh, yeah.
our good friend here, and she stole it. She said, "I'm keeping this. It's the best stuff I've ever used." I'm like, "I know. That's why I didn't want to give it to you." So
Amazing. Well, thanks for
restock.
sharing.
Thank you. Well, I'm just letting you know how hot your products are.
That's great.
What else do we got? Oh, the True Grit.
Yeah.
Pumice. Tell me about pumice.
So it's a rock, basically, a pumice stone. This is ground down pumice stone. So it's basically just an exfoliating scrub. Initially, I developed it so after working in the garden, after working in the garage, you know, on your bike, on your car, whatever, for that really hard to get off grease, dirt, clay, paint. You know, I actually use it almost as a pumice stone itself. So if my hands are really oily or greasy, I'll take it and I'll scrub it, you know, and then obviously you can just lather it up. But it's the grit that gets you clean.
True Grit, man. It says right on it. Yeah. Cold processed pumice hand soap. A super gritty scrub for all your dirty jobs. Love, Uncle Mike.
There you go.
Man, if I ever worked hard at anything, I would need this. I'm telling you that. I have these super soft radio guy hands that never seen any hard work. I guess I've done hard work now since we started this whole thing. So maybe I'll get into True Grit. You're so sweet. So this is frickin' amazing. We got bug spray, we got the healing salve, we got the True Grit pumice. Sounds like hummus. So pumice is a rock that you beat up. That's yours, and that's going in your pocket. And we got the lip balm. So can people order this as a package? Could this be?
You order it as a package. It's on the website under the gardener's kit. Because it's already a package, you're going to save 15% off the bundled package. Because, you know, if you were to buy the products individually, it's going to be a little bit more. If you buy it as a kit, you're going to save 15%. If you use the damn 20 code,
hey man,
you're going to save 35%.
Come on,
35% on the gardener's kit.
Give it up for Neil.
Like that's
Uncle Mike, just bringing it.
So,
you're the man, bro.
Well, I try.
Thank you so much. We finally got to do an unboxing. Now we know how Uncle Brando feels.
I think it worked, right?
It was awesome.
Felt pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I
Matt
came out
from
a
all the
winner.
bands, yeah, he's got his
go.
lip balm.
You didn't
I
cut
got
your
the
finger
spray.
off.
We didn't.
This
Well,
is
yeah,
true, which I'm very happy about. I wasn't loving the technique at first, but
I was scared myself.
Mind you, I bet you had that have happened, this would have gotten 1 billion views.
This is true.
Tonight, you know. You want
Dumbass on show cuts off finger unboxing. Click. Viral.
Hello.
Well, that's fun. What's that? What are you yelling at? I can't hear him. You guys hear him? He's yelling stuff. Wait. We're not eating the foam dragon. Stop it.
It's not gonna happen.
Just to be clear, we can eat it, right?
It's cornstarch. Like it is cornstarch. It will dissolve in your mouth. It dissolves under liquid. I mean, it's definitely not a food. It is not meant to be consumed.
I think I just heard we got Dragon in the house as well. He's setting up our Twitch stream here right now. Did I hear Dragon say he's going to come out and eat it?
I think
that's what I
think I heard that. What do you think? Dragon, you want to come and be a man? Yeah.
I mean,
oh, sorry, LB.
I don't think it would kill you. It probably just wouldn't taste very good.
Check this out. My sister Stacy says that she needs that gardener's kit.
Oh, there you go.
So, Stacy, DAM20 is the promo code. Head in there, find the gardener's box. You'll save 35% off.
There you go.
Man, this goes like the damn shopping network. I did see Coach Mazur said something on that group chat. We were talking about how much I hate group chats and how they're the worst and how I never operate on them. Yeah, we all came together on that. But I think I saw something in the group chat saying we should start like a shoppers network type of thing with all these cool products from all the people we got. So that might be something fun to do. Okay, Uncle Mike, damn 20, use the promo. Let's get cooking. Now, I want to get to some music stuff, as Uncle Mike isn't just our Uncle Mike with his all-natural products. Head to UncleMike'sAllNatural.com. He's also my punk rock guru, I call him, as he goes to all the shows, and he's a big music guy. He's been a music guy forever. This guy beside me, Matt from all the bands, he obviously is a music guy. And we were talking earlier. Legit.
Oh, we're all.
And we were talking before the show. He go, and Uncle Mike, you were there. And we'll pull the curtain back a bit. He goes, so what are we going to talk about on the show today? It's like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. And then you just dropped like four like the coolest topics to talk about I've ever heard, and you mixed everything, and I was like, man, what am I even trying to do here? Just take over, take the show.
Jump in,
talk to us. Yeah, get that mic close to you. Let's get in here. Let's
start
have some
with
fun.
where Raven Witch is at, because we've kind of
Raven Witch.
It's been a process this last year, with Noel leaving, which is
hi,
pretty
Noel.
much breaks our heart, because Noel's one of a kind and irreplaceable, as a human being and a friend, and then also as everything else, musician.
And now he's like a fisherman out on the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, so
not actually fishing, but
when we
living
brought Matt, who was the old Untimely Demise guitarist, in, that was the idea. It's like, we need someone that is as special and has these characters
and those connections that you guys
like Noel. So we've kind of just gotten to the point where we've got four completed songs ready to record.
Woo!
So June 15th, we're going down to Moose Jaw, and we're going to track some drums. Tristan the Destroyer is just going to crush it.
Destroys everything that
Yeah,
day.
super excited about that, because again, it's just like the new songs have a little bit of, it's got the Matt Haynes, vibe to it. So it's a little bit more metal, not too much, but a little bit more on the metal side.
Love
and
it.
It's just, super exciting to finally get to the point where, now that Noel's gone and we got a new guy and we're actually putting out new music again.
Getting
and
back in the
it's
flow of
exciting.
things.
But for the time being, Justin just sent me 2 of the old drum tracks from the sessions we did with Noel.
Yeah.
So we're going to pump out those 2 songs just to get 2 more Noel tracks, so I was actually editing a bunch of Noel's guitars today, which was super exciting.
You just saying that. I spent, because Noel, my sweet brother for life, we lived together forever on 4th Street, as you know. And most of the time when you're hanging out with Noel, he's just twanging away, sweeping arpeggios, fret taps, just doing all this stuff. And it got to the point where I would just sit there, and it became like a part of my resting time. Like, anytime I'd be playing video games or anything, he'd just be off on the side just shredding. I'm like, yeah, I like that one. And he'd try out different stuff.
And the thing with Noel is he's just his brain is always going. And he's like, okay, now I'm going to put, I'll put this kind of harmony over top of it. Or, I should switch this scale, or I'll start on this root or whatever. So, you need to capture Noel's ideas and get them recorded quickly, because if you don't get them recorded, it's going to be changed. It'll be more elaborate. There'll be more harmony,
So true. And
more odd of time signatures, just anything to make it a little bit more crazy.
I can't wait till he has to come home soon so we can get in the studio. We got to see him.
We've already said Noel just needs to come back, and we're doing the Iron Maiden 3 guitar bit. It just needs to happen, please.
I'm in.
Please, Noel.
He knows, and he's got his thing going on over there, and that's totally good. But we love and miss him greatly, so it'll be good to get him back. So let's talk about this. When you say you're laying down drum tracks, what does that mean? As far as, does everyone go there and you all get together and you start just knocking it out?
Me and Aaron are going to go with Tristan, because it's the team building thing. But basically, what I did yesterday is I went back. And you do beat maps to everything. So you say, oh, this song's 120 beats a minute. And then I've just got scratch guitar tracks that are roughly laid down, not edited to the nuts, just basically. So
sort of like a little guideline.
When Tristan's playing, he hears beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop. And then there's the guitars, behind.
So cool.
And then
click tracks.
Yeah. Basically, we'll get the drums tracked. And then at that point, Justin will edit them so they're super precise. And then Justin gives me those tracks, and then we just start adding our layers onto them. And then once everything is recorded, we send it back to Justin. He turns it from my poopy sounding tones to just magic, and that's how it works.
And that's the magic of creation in general, because when you consume this music and these songs and all this stuff, you don't really think about how it came to be, right? You're listening and it's there.
Yeah.
Like we were talking on the way in, Uncle Mike and I, literally we went just into the house real quick and then he just started singing. And I was like, dude, don't stop. And then turns out he was singing Island of Shame. He's like, yeah, little leg wagon. So we had to double harmonize going in Island of Shame. And I thought of you. I was like, man, this is why we have to all be together.
Trashed. What a jam of an album. My goodness. Like
it was the first one that got me into them.
Yeah.
That was my leg
Going
wagon album.
South, Discords, like
All of it. Don't get the
yeah, okay, yeah.
Because that'll just sidetrack us all and just we'll talk about Lagwagon the whole time, which wouldn't be bad, but I don't know if that's what the people
But yeah,
want.
in general, by the time a song, like when Justin gives us a produced song, at that point I am sick of the song because I've recorded it. I've recorded all the guitars and the bass, and then I'll record Erin's vocals and I'll edit them, and usually we double track her vocals, so we'll get 2 layers of those.
Give it some layering, yeah.
And then edit everything, so you've just heard it so many times. Then I send it to Justin, he'll send it back, and we'll be like, oh, well, this could go up. Very rarely do we ever change what Justin, but once in a while we're like, oh, this needs to go up. But yeah, by the time you hear it, you're like, oh man, I have had enough of this.
I have heard enough.
But then it's special when you get to hear it played, either like when it goes live on YouTube or goes live on a radio station or something.
That was going to be my next question. Cool. Is where do you go with the music now that once it's out? Because we can't just say CD release party, let's go, right?
Yeah,
is it harder to do?
Well, because we've kind of changed the format a bit. With Untimely Demise, we've put out 6 albums, and it was always just like that cycle where you put out an album, and then you go and tour and promote it, and then kind of do this. But at this point, it's kind of like it's a lot of work to put out a full album of music, and then a lot of times you'll see like the first songs listen to this many times, the second one
numbers, man. God, I hate numbers.
Kind of thinking like putting out a couple EPs is I want to do that. Like Raven Witch has just put out singles, and that's been awesome because every time you put out a song, you can be like, this is brand new, and then you can go and put it on radio stations.
That's sort of like the new way to do it, isn't it? I think.
Well, I don't see why that is. Like, it's a good, and you can still put specific art to each song, if you want. Because I'm a guy, I like having art associated with the stuff.
Of course. Well, that's because you're bringing in like the big dogs for like all of your artwork is so like I was supposed to talk to Network. Ryan was telling me today to talk to you about going to Tucker's shirts and to try to get them on board with what we're doing.
Oh, I think they would be a great fit for.
Well, that's the show. Now there you go, Network Ryan. We talked about it, so don't yell at me. He loves yelling at me for some reason, but that's like the shirt culture in metal is just so extreme, and I love it so much. Like you've seen my wardrobe is just all Raven Witch and Untimely Demise shirts.
Yeah, that's all of mine.
Right? It's just and Into Eternity after the one you get. Man, so and the sleeves are lacking on a lot of them.
All sleeves or no sleeves,
that's
baby.
That's how we roll. So with all of that and promoting a band nowadays, because you were talking that you were listening to the new One Bad podcast, which just launched here on Friday. If you want to go check it out, head to all the places where you get all your music and stuff. Anywhere you can find is all I keep writing down. I always forget how to finish it. Anywhere you can find your music podcast. What are you pointing at? DufferinAve.com. Oh, that's coming to get it there too. The One Bad podcast. Go there. You can get the One Bad podcast. You think for a guy who created this whole thing, he'd know a little more. Like literally all I wrote down was anywhere you can find, and that was it.
That's good enough.
Head to DufferinAve.com. You can find it all there. One Bad Pod. You were listening to it, and you found yourself relating a lot to the stuff they were talking about, right?
Especially, like, again, when they're talking about Rolling Stones and Judas Priest, these are like the very, very top. For us, when we were making it, to some of our bigger tours, so like when we did the Death to All to Canadian Leg or whatever, or I believe that was the one where we would, and again, me and Murray are driving a sedan each, and so like we're
just packed to the nines with all your gear.
Driving, and we would finish a show. I think we finished the Vancouver show, which was super sweet. That had like Carcass and Obituary and just Skeleton Witch, all these great
guys that you love, right?
Great bands. Yeah. But then, you finish in Vancouver at whatever time, 1 or 2, and you pack up, and now you've got a super long drive to, I believe it was Calgary, so that's whatever. 11, 12
That's a
hours.
lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember that specific night, the roads were actually closed down because of a snowstorm. So we ended up having to take a hotel for a bit. So basically you're looking at your clock. We haven't slept yet, and we're like, we still have 7 hours of driving, and we got, 6 hours until sound check or whatever. And just, they've all got their drivers. Me and Murray are doing all of our driving. So by the time you get there and sound check, you're just completely tired. And then it happens again, and you just do it again.
That's the cycle.
And that was the same when we did our Into Eternity. Like, they had a driver. This is before I was in the band, when Untimely was opening for them.
Yeah.
They had their driver, so then it was just us driving. And again, you'd make it to the venue an hour before you had to play. You didn't sleep at all, and it's just like, you're doing what you love, but it's like, man, it just burns you out so good.
And you guys are another great example of how, it's so easy to get lost in that cycle of, be it whatever it is that keeps you going. But the problems with addiction that a lot of these bands go through, because that's the only way you can cope with trying to get through that damn tour. And you guys are very lucky as well with all the stuff that you've done to be able to come out as pretty much as whole as you can be from a career in music.
It is nice to not have any of those monkeys on our back or anything, because I can see how it happens. And there's lots of times, I on that Into Eternity, we had to pull over somewhere in Banff or somewhere around there. And again, there's no place to pull over. And then we're like, oh, there's a campsite. Let's just pull over in there. We pull in. Like 30 minutes later, you got the guy knocking. It's like, you got to pay for a site. We're like, I need 1 hour of sleep, man. Like,
sleep, bro.
And then I also remember that Sam Martz, he was our guitar player at the time, and he's doing a lot of weightlifting.
Oh, getting jacked.
He makes his gains. So he had I think 6 McGriddles or something.
I love McGriddles.
Yeah, so he just crushed all those, and then we had this sweet McGriddle bag with us, and then we're pulling into this park, and everywhere it's like, watch out for bears. We're like, ooh, boy, this probably we should
smell like McGriddles right now, big time.
We got away unscathed.
You did it, and that just says so much about that whole process. Like Uncle Mike, we've talked numerous times about road tripping to shows and all that stuff, and do you ever find yourself where you've ever noticed that a band was sort of not up to par because they've gone through a cycle like that, or because they're in the middle of a tour and they just can't, bring it like they normally would?
Yeah, I mean, nothing specific comes to mind, I guess, but I think
that's my point, though,
is that kind of, you can kind of tell they're a little haggard, maybe,
a little off.
But I mean, I think, usually you're caught up kind of in it, that it's like, I mean, maybe they weren't playing their best, but their best is still better because I got to see them.
And that's my big thing is you're so excited to see these bands, especially when you're traveling to go somewhere to see them, that even a perfect example, like the NoFX show we went to last year, how the acoustics in the building were horrible. Yeah. And a lot of times it would come up like, man, it sounds so bad. It's like, but still, it's my favorite band of all time. They're playing every song I ever wanted them to play, and I'm scream singing along to every song. Yeah. I would never know or be able to tell because I'm so blinded by my passion for the band. Right. So my point is, I don't know if people would even notice unless it was something like some guy falling off the stage or falling asleep during a solo or something.
But again, with what you were saying with the addictions and how that can creep, and that's exactly it, where you've got a half an hour of sleep and then you're right into playing a show, and you kind of you got to get into it, and that's where people will try and have a couple beers. And it's fine to have a couple of beers, but if you shoot back 3 or 4 beers before a show and you have no sleep, now you're forgetting lyrics and you look like a bozo, and then it just builds onto itself, and you can see how that can go south pretty quick.
Yeah, and we're at a point now where we're all sort of pretty old. We've been through some shit, I guess you could say, and it's interesting to see the bands that are still going, that have stayed together. They don't have those issues, and that's sort of the stuff that is the downfall of that sort of brotherhood. Once one guy goes down, it's so hard to do anything without that one guy, and it's just a vicious cycle.
That's why with a lot of the bands that we had started with, where they had the shtick of they're a party band, and that's a big thing. Yeah. I don't want to name any bands specifically, but you can see how again, that was when we were in our 20s. Now I'm 41. If you're still doing that, most of those bands have dropped off, or they've had to rebrand themselves as, something else.
No, that's definitely true. Hanging out with Uncle Mike over there. We got Matt from all the bands over here, and it's Tuesday, so they're always here on Tuesday. Now, this is our regular sort of schedule, but at the same time, I wanted to instead of just yelling back and forth from the Twitch streaming area, aka our waiting area, about all the stuff we're talking about. It's like, bring everyone together. And so we're trying this out for the first time, which is pretty cool. I did do a pre-tape earlier today, which I feel like I would like to run right now just to sort of break this up a little bit. As my man Kenny from Cosmos stopped by. We got a big golf tournament going on. I'm looking at the dragon. He's seducing me with his eyes right now. Beautiful. You have beautiful eyes, my friend. And I think that wink means that we are good to go. So we're going to take a little break from this amazing conversation. We'll come back and close her out at the end of the show after this. But right now we're going to run a previously recorded segment with my buddy Kenny from Cosmos. Let's go ahead, Dragon. My good buddy, Kenny from Cosmo, I call him, in the house on your show. Welcome to the damn studio, man. What do you think of this place?
Well, I think it looks better this way than it probably would as a garage.
When we first came in here, none of this, and I don't mean like all the equipment and all that, but the walls, the OSB, the insulation, none of it was done.
Well, it's nice to know that you've found another use for, that's not quite shag carpeting, but...
That's from our
indoor,
friends.
outdoor.
Our friends over at Turf Doctor threw this in here we're going to have some sort of chip and putt contest sometime soon, which the engineers hate the idea of because they think we're going to break everything, but we're pretty good chippers and golfers, hey?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen you play. Are you playing in the Riverside Vibe Pond?
Oh, look at the segue we did.
I'll tell
yes,
you.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about this because my dad, Gary Sr., has been bragging about the Vibe Pond for years and years. It's one of the biggest highlights of his golfing season. And his foot's all buggered up, and he's going through some stuff. So it looks like I'm going to be filling in for him over at the old Vibe Pond here coming up in a couple weeks, eh?
Yeah, well, see, one of the reasons he's so proud of it is his team carried him to a championship one year. And actually,
he tells it a little differently, but yeah, okay.
Okay, his story is that it was in a playoff, and he was the only person that found the fairway. That's his story, I believe.
Yes.
But the Riverside Vibe Pond Golf Classic, presented by Degelman Prudent Wealth, is on June 17th. It's been going on for 39 years now.
Huge fundraiser. And
it's a major fundraiser for Cosmo Industries, for Elmwood Residences.
There we go.
And we share the dollars with 3 other organizations as well. Everybody's heard of Camp Easter Seal.
Yep.
So last year when they wanted to do, they needed a new dock. They needed a new dock. Yep. So they applied to get a few dollars for that. This year they want to upgrade one of their playgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So they've applied for that. And I don't know if you've ever heard of AIM Ability in Me.
I believe I have.
They do amazing intervention, educational stuff with people with Down syndrome.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah. And then we help their Everyone's a Reader program, as well as Classy does a summer camp. So it's a number of organizations, even though Cosmo is the one that runs it and we're the primary beneficiary of the event. It helps a lot of people with intellectual disabilities.
The umbrella and the trickle-down effect from all that.
Exactly.
And those names that you mentioned, if you've been a part of the Dufferin Avenue Media Network at all, those are all the things we are hugely involved with. I was talking to Rachel over at Elmwood, and we're working on getting some excursions going through here and getting the residents their own type of show. As you can see, we made it accessible through the side there as well. Our friends at Cosmo. I've been bugging Charlene over at Cosmo. I'm like, Charlene, we got to get a party going. She said, talk to Kenny. So I'm so happy to finally get you in here and to be able to promote what we're trying to do, because these are all of those, I like to say, the core events that I truly care about, like the Spirit of Cosmo Breakfast. You and I always work on that together. And we got the Elmwood Fall Feast. And I got these main event things that I always do no matter what, because I'm just so inspired and I'm so, I guess, involved since the beginning. Since I was born, I've been a part of this stuff. So it's just like second nature to me.
Yeah, I can remember the first time I met you actually was at the radio station. And it was because of your Aunt Susie.
Yes.
Is that we were going on, it was our 40th anniversary back in 2011. And we're doing tours of different places in Saskatoon, and she's going, I want to visit Junior. To visit Junior. So we took a crew in there. And,
was that the time when she sat on the cake?
No.
That was my favorite of all time.
I keep people, if they're going to do anything to the cake, they're going to be eating it. So,
Yeah, they were coming through, and we were doing the Gormley tour, and I was producing Gorms, and we had a big cake in there, and she accidentally sat on the cake, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. She had no idea what to do. It was hilarious.
Well, actually, I think getting some of our program participants down here for an interview would be fantastic. It would be some of your best interviews you've had, because you get real clarity. I mean, that if it pops into their head, there's many of them, there's no filter. They think about it. There's also no malice involved whatsoever. So, that's one of the things that makes it kind of magical down there.
Yes. Yeah. And I've been talking to a bunch of buddies over at Cosmo and over at Elmwood, and I said, all I want, like when I built this place, all I want, pull the van right up to the back. We open the garage door, we pull out the ramp, you wheel them right up, and off we go. We talk, we can send them off, because the need for excursions for everyone involved is so limited with the places you can go and the things you can do. And I just wanted to be like, hey, let's get this started.
Yeah. Also an interesting experience for them as well. And
who doesn't love, creating stuff and having fun and making shows, right?
And being able to see themselves afterwards.
That's the big one, yeah.
That's a huge thing, is that Saskatoon's got an awful lot of opportunity. But, whenever we talk about accessibility, it's more than just an accessibility into a building.
Exactly.
It's what are you going into? What's the experience you're going to have? And in many ways, it's what contribution are you going to be able to make?
Yes.
That's we've got people, it's funny, when we were doing our any of our big events, we've got some program participants, because what happens is that we've got a program where companies will send us things that they need done.
Yeah.
We're fantastic. Our supported work program does labeling and all sorts of stuff that it's almost quality control. If there's something wrong with what you've got, we'll send it to us and we'll fix it. And then there's other ones where it's just not worth a big company's time to retool something to do different packaging.
Yeah.
So that they'll say, hey, we'll give you this other one, and can you put the two of them together in this new package of ours? But the interesting thing about those is that whenever we hold a party, like they may want to go out to the street party and have their their hot dog and their drink, but you literally have to schedule for them to be able to get back in, because they've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Whereas you and I, we're out there partying
let's go have
all
a good
day.
time. Yeah, it's real easy for us. So I totally hear you there.
Yeah.
And before we move on here, I do want to say with the Vipon tournament coming up, are there a couple spots left where people can get involved and get signed up and help out?
Yeah. So the neat thing about the Vipon is that we have two shifts, 7:30 in the morning, and we've got spots available there. We've only got one team spot available right now at 1:30 in the afternoon. And what we've done is that if you've never played at Riverside,
that's the big get. It's Riverside. You're going to Riverside.
It's Riverside.
You might see Gormley out there.
Well, that's possible too. Like,
just saying.
He's entered there, although I'm not sure what his golfing is going to be like. But there's the thing about the Riverside is it's just the most immaculate, beautiful course. You're out there on the 18th hole as you look over the South Saskatchewan River and you pull the ball down the embankment. But it's just a gorgeous place to play. The entry fee is $275 if you're a Riverside member, $350 if you are a non-member. But of that $350, you get a meal. Either, like, if you do the breakfast, you do breakfast. You do your golf. You do a luncheon banquet, and you're also going to get a $200 tax deduction receipt. Plus, you're doing something good.
Karma. I say it all the time, Kenny.
Yeah.
Do good things. You'll notice good things will start happening to you. Get that karma up. This is yet another way to do that. And that's how we all come together to make the world a better place. It's so easy.
Just one step at a time. Especially, hey, it's the day after Father's Day. Instead of getting father a tie, or a little mug or socks or something. Because I know whenever I got those, I was greatly appreciative.
Of course.
My sons knew that they were the best things I had ever gotten. But if I had gotten an entry into the Riverside Vipon the next day, like the day after Father's Day.
It's hard to get in there, man.
Yeah.
This is a very unique opportunity. And I think it's just so cool that that's a perfect way to put it. Hey, Dad, happy Father's Day. You're going to Golf Riverside.
You might want to tell them ahead of time.
Yeah,
because
get them
they can
prepared.
get the day off. Oh, hi. Excuse me. You call up the boss. I'm a little sick this morning. And they go,
Yeah, totally. Nope.
Meanwhile, you're out on the golf course hitting the ball.
Time of your life. But
yeah.
again, making a difference, man. That's what it's all about.
Fantastic.
So where can people get signed up for the old bipod?
It's cosmoindustries.com. And there's a nice big button on there that says Riverside Vipon.
Yes.
Just click on there.
I love those websites that make it easy.
Yeah,
By the
yeah,
way. I always appreciate that.
Or give us a call at 306-664-3158, and we'll definitely give you any information that you want. It's just a fantastic day. It's a magical day. It's amazing.
Very excited to be a part of it. How do you feel about camera and microphone? Is this kind of weird? I'm still getting used to this whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't looked at a camera yet.
Well, don't start now.
I'm not used to that.
As radio guys, it's a little bit different. It's a little intimidating. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, they say that you got a face for radio and a voice for print.
So you're saying we're really missing the mark on this one?
Oh yeah. Well, years and years ago, I used to do stand-up comedy.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I did it at Yuck Yucks. Thursday night was the open mic night. And there was some schmuck by the name of, he went on to Corner Gas, Brent Butt.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, we shared a stage one night, and I went and made a actual career choice, and I've been happy as can be there. And I haven't really heard much of Brent lately, so he fell into, a pool of honey or something like that.
Something like that,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But it's great when you're starting. You're going out there and you're not telling jokes so much as what you're trying to tell. You're talking about how you see the world, right?
There it is. That's a little tip.
And see whether anybody else finds the way that you see the world to be funny.
If they can relate to it in any way.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I can see this pod thing working for you because you probably have way more ideas popping in your head than you're able to get out at one time.
It is a lot different. I'll tell you that for sure. And as we continue to grow, I hope we can get you back in here more often and keep talking about the importance of helping out places like Cosmo and Elmwood and all these things we're so passionate about.
We would love to do that. The biggest challenge I have at Cosmo, because I do communications for Cosmo.
Yes.
The biggest challenge is we do so many things. How do you describe it?
Yeah.
And people go, oh, you're the recycling people. And you go, yes, we started the recycling, and we're still involved in recycling. But that's always when I do tours for school classes. Yeah. I always show them Cosmo first before we do the tour. And because the idea is that recycling is pretty well the smallest part of what we do.
Yeah.
And then we talk about all the confidential shredding and how that came about, and it's amazing that one place that was a nonprofit actually started 2 industries in Saskatoon. We're the ones that started recycling, and before us there was no local shredding company.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's just because you go, where is there a niche in the economy that fits the talents and the dedication of the people here that want to be involved. And, we're always looking for new things.
It's a beautiful thing, and we're here to help, man. So thank you again for stopping by, and
right.
We'll get you back here real soon, okay?
Okay, do we do one of these? Yeah. Okay.
Always. See that? They can see it now. See, in the old days, we do it, and they just hear it on the radio. It's like a slap. But now you can see we're actually doing it. Kenny from Cosmo, everybody.
Yeah. All right.
We always clap everybody out.
You all clap everybody out like this? Okay.
That's what we do.
I'm going to have to learn all your things here.
Yeah, we'll give it time.
Yeah, all right.
Maggie, you're a good girl, too. Gee whiz. We're professionals here, bro. All the love to my man Kenny from Cosmo as we continue to bring all of our friends who we love and appreciate so much on board with this movement that is the Dufferin Ave Media Network. We talk about it all the time, doing good things and having good things happen to you. Another great way right there, along with the Saskatoon Food Bank. Hey, you guys hear how much we raised?
No.
With the citywide food drive?
Final total.
So it was a $450 donation that I believe is going to be matched by our good friends at Aquaman. So damn near $900. Look at Maggie like that. Hey, there we go. So I have to reach out to our friends Lori and Deb over at the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center, and then we'll make that big donation. We're talking about getting the big check and give them the big
Oh,
check.
yes,
You got to
please.
do a big check.
But it's
I don't
hard to
care.
do.
I don't care how much it costs. We need the big check.
That's true. Okay. So we'll spend all the donation money on the big check.
Like The
and then we'll do
Office.
another fundraiser real quick, and then we'll go from there. So
We could also fabricate one ourselves.
you're good
Much
at making
cheaper.
stuff. Yeah, maybe we could just.
I've
So
done it before.
reasonable.
Done it
You're
before.
so
A little Bristol
reasonable.
board, you know,
Okay.
you can make it.
Uncle Mike's going to make us a big one.
$2
Then I'll let Laurie and Deb know to come on by, and we'll make the donation here in the studio as the citywide food drive is complete. But the need is always still there, so head to SaskatoonFoodBank.org and get a donation in. I'm hanging out with my Tuesday bros here. We got Uncle Mike from his All Natural Products. That's how you know him. We got my man Matt from All the Bands. That means Untimely Demise, Raven Witch, and Into Eternity. And he's wearing his Rush. I still haven't commented on the Rush
Oh
shirt, dude.
yeah,
That's
it's
so
kind of
sick.
like you not saying anything with the Rush. No big deal.
I did, because I'm used to, I noticed the Scorpion shirt has been busted out. We have all the other shirts from the bands you're in, but this is special, dude. That's a
Oh,
very
and
special
For
shirt.
the again, Aaron is my stylist, so all of
Yes.
these.
All the love to
it
you,
all
but
comes
beautiful
from
Aaron. Yeah, we
but,
love her very much.
I like wearing them.
Absolutely.
And
So, but before we head out here, I wanted to touch on something real quick as we got you guys here. First off, LB, great job on the camera work. We were trying to figure out why it was so hard to get this all together. It's like, I'll just fix this real quick. So we go and play a pre-tape, and then we come back and look at this view. Drag and hit it. Boom. Look at that. Way better as we are all together here. I want to talk about reps, as this whole place has been built on reps. This show, everything I do in here, like when we first started on this show, I couldn't do anything. I still can't do anything, but I know how to do some stuff a little bit more just from doing it over and over and over again. As the only guy who's fully committed to this as a living, I still say I haven't had a job in over 11 months now. This is all I do is I come in here and I just fiddle around with stuff. But the importance of reps, it goes through me, it goes through these guys, it goes through you guys. And you, my man, my sweet, beautiful Matt, you were talking about, what was it called, diming?
Yeah. So what basically when I learned guitar through whatever guitar mags, and then YouTube was just becoming a thing. And I remember watching videos, and Dimebag Daryl said, like if you learn one thing every day, over a year, you're gonna have 365, little tricks in your trick bag. And I kind of took that to heart, and I always said, okay, I'm gonna be diming. So that can be anything from, just like working on a certain scale or something, or often I found later on, because I used to just be a metal guy, and I wanted to specialize and be really good at that. And then when I started teaching guitar, I was like, oh man, I got a lot of work to go in a lot of different genres.
different ways to do this.
Sometimes just learning an AC/DC riff, or learning like a Stevie Ray Vaughan riff, just 5 seconds of it. But again, over a year, you got a whole bunch of new tricks, and usually it's one of those things that ends up sparking creativity, and now you write a song that's inspired by that or whatever. Like I always do that, where like Forgotten in Time, the rhythm behind it is Cat Stevens' Wild World, his vocal melody.
Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world.
Exactly. But yeah, I'll do that, or everything from like nursery rhymes. I'll like poach that and then make it metal or whatever. But yeah, just you can use something that you'd never think would fit in your genre or whatever. But it all comes down to doing those reps and diming and learning something every day, and just keep that noggin, exercising.
Like the Paperboy theme. When you put this together, it blew my mind. Can we get a little tickle of that? Is it that quick, or is it hard to pump up real quick for me? Before I throw this question over to Uncle Mike. Wait for it. Wait for it. There. Oh, it's a little quiet. And that's my mic. There, yes. All right, keep going as I throw this to Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike, tell me about the importance of diming in your job.
Well, I guess, kind of the same thing. Like once you have this base knowledge, you can use those things that you've kind of developed, right? So it kind of takes some time to maybe develop.
Yeah.
Like you got to learn how to play guitar before you can learn how to play guitar differently, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
And I guess that's kind of in my thing. It's
How many different products have you tried to create, then failed, and then created something cooler?
I mean, at least
Lots, say a million.
Maybe not a million, but a couple dozen probably, right?
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I just get inspired, or I want to go on the back and kind of riff on something. It's like I'm just gonna try doing this, right?
Yeah.
And because I have other products that have worked, or I have that base knowledge, it's kind of easier to do, obviously, than it was, 10, 15, 20 years ago, whatever.
I feel like we really learned something today. And that's how you know it's a really good show, when you take something home with you and you can apply it into your real life. And just by sitting here and saying reps, get your reps, and the importance of reps, and always repeating that, it gets lost because you say it all the time. But if it's something catchy, something cool like diming,
That's
now
gonna
we got
stick.
something.
That's gonna
Diming
stick.
is gonna
One more
stick.
little buzzword too. It's
Yes.
not practice makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect. So when you're diming, really do it upright. You know, like if
Perfect
you want to learn
practice
that
makes
riff, get a metronome and just really learn it. Don't half-ass learn it.
Okay.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
I am always thinking. I'm a crazy person. I have a crazy, insane brain, and I think that's basically the only way you can create a place like this, a content creation studio that's also going to be a Twitch streaming studio and a voice recording studio and all this stuff. It's just like the scatterness of my actual brain is presented into this. Like this studio is what that is. And when we're talking about Noel, our good brother, earlier, and he was the guy that introduced me to those, and you said it perfectly, as in getting diming, like watching these DVDs. Like he would have the Stevie Ray Vaughan like play along
yeah,
DVD,
it never
and
ends
like the
for me.
Jeff Beck and the Gilberts and like all these incredible guitarists, and I would watch them with him. And they weren't learn along with me and play. They were hilarious. Like they would show stuff like how he would play, then they show him in crowds, and then they show him doing like these different things. And he'd be telling jokes the whole time. I would love to bring back on this very network how to play guitar videos.
Oh,
I would love to get you set
So
up
do
in
we
here
do it
and you would
live, or
teach
do we
it.
do segments where they're
Well, I think
pre-recorded?
we would record an actual video that we would put out. It'd be like 4 or 5 minutes of you just explaining a riff, and then we'd come on the show and promote it every week when
Honestly,
you're on
I
here.
think that would be great because, again, since I've started with the city, I don't teach guitar really. I have got a few students, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah, well, you're
So
busy.
that would be a chance for me to, stretch my wings.
It just hit me, and that's why I had to sort of prelude it with the thought that this is my brain, like you're looking at it right now, and that's how stuff comes in and out. But thinking about the Paul Gilbert DVD of him like just teaching you how to play, and it's like, what is happening right now? Why is this so cool? And we don't get those anymore. People just don't make them.
And I like one of my favorite things about being a musician is I like inspiring people because like I'm just a schlub. I do it, and I feel like I've inspired a lot of people because they're like, "Yeah, this guy can do it. I can freaking do it."
That's
then
right.
too. And so like, yeah.
Motivation. Like we're all about positivity. We say it all the time. Do good things and good things will happen to you. I feel like this would be a really good thing. So that's something we're going to start working on. We're going to start we'll get you like your own little channel on the network here, and it'll be, I don't know, we'll get a cool name and all that stuff, but we're going to bring back the how to play guitar videos with my man Matt from all the
down.
bands. Okay. This is maybe a how to gardening too, or how to clean
Absolutely.
yourself with
Like,
Uncle Mike.
Seriously.
All my
That would
random
be
stuff.
That would be
I
sweet.
can do,
You guys, this is what it's all about, man. This the brothers hanging out and doing good things. So I want to thank you guys for being here today, as it's been another incredible Tuesday. Dragon, you got Frankie over there to play us out, as this has become pretty much the highlight of anybody's visit here. We have a three-man piano.
I'm bringing it.
We've turned this into a three-man piano. I'll let you know once we're rolling on Frankie's fingers as we play our way out and say our goodbyes. Here we go. All right, boys, we're playing. Let's bring it in. All right. Thanks to LB for showing up on it. We're playing, guys. Play it. Play it. No, you stay right there. Stay on camera, too. We're going to do this. Look at this. Keep it going. You can come out of your chair if you want. LB, thank you for coming by and helping us out here. We're going to get that Twitch stream going. This is incredible. Dragon, you were fantastic today. Thank you for seducing me with your eyes the entire show. You're beautiful, and we love you. To these two jabronis right here. We got Uncle Mike on the back end. We got my man Matt from all the bands in the middle. Be on the lookout for their separate videos that we're going to be starting around here sometime soon, as they're still going. To Matt's beautiful wife, Erin, thank you for stopping by and saying hello. We love you so, so incredibly much. Kenny from Cosmo, my dude, thank you to you for stopping by and getting us ready for the big Vipond golf tournament at Riverside coming up. A great way to spoil your dad on Father's Day, if you will. Get him entered into that big tournament and have some fun, and you'll be helping out a very good cause. So to him, thank you for stopping by again. We'll check in with him before the big day comes. To everyone else, thank you for joining us today on this incredible show. I feel like we've established that it is possible to have three guys here at once, eh? Like this is good. This has been great.
This works.
So it's just so much fun. We got a couple more notes to play, boys. I guess I'm hidden by the unboxing. Thanks for the unboxing, Uncle Mike.
Oh, yeah. No worries.
Damn 20 is a promo code. This thing's already got 15% off, so you get like 35% off on the Gardener's Boxing. It's full of amazing things. Hit up UncleMike'sNatural.com. and just have yourself an amazing rest of your Tuesday. I just don't want this to stop. Just keep playing it out. Play us out, Dragon. What a catchy song, eh? Shout out to Nickel Plumbing. Aquaman, hit up Aquaman. They have underwater drone inspections. It's true. I've seen them. Little drones that go underwater and they inspect. Maybe I'll play on top of this. You ever do like layering playing?
I like to do lots of crosses.
Oh, so you're fancy, yeah. That's.
Oh yeah.
Get the muscle
There you
man.
go.
Get the muscle man.
That's what we do.
Yes. We're still going. Is everyone else sweating as much as I am? Want to play up here?
I've got pretty good sweat.
Yeah. I feel like was it Napoleon in Bill and Ted's in the mall? Was he shredding? Yeah. This is good. I like hitting the different levels.
I like to bring the intensity.
All right, guys. I think our workout's done.
Oh man, that's good.
See you tomorrow.